Mr. Blois, you may call your next witness.
I call Martha Hipolito as a witness.
Can you please raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
If you please state and spell your name for the record.
My name is Martha Alicia Hipolito, Martha, and then Alicia Alicia, Hipolito Hipolito.
Thank you, ma'am. Where are you testifying from today?
I am in Yakima, Washington.
Thank you. Are you at your house?
Yes, correct.
Thanks. Do you have any written materials in front of you?
No, I don't.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Mr. Blois.
Okay, Martha, I do have a few questions for you. The first one is, are you a DSHS certified interpreter here in Washington State?
Yes, I am.
And for how long have you covered LNI appointments?
I've been covering LNI appointments since 2009.
2009, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Thanks. Next question. Do you used to have enough appointments to support yourself and your family before this implementation?
Yes.
Next question. How often were you getting paid by LNI?
It was once a month. But for me, it used to be once a month only because I was not submitting my bills consistently. And had I been submitting consistently, then I would have been being paid twice a month.
Okay. Were your payments delayed significantly on a frequent basis?
No.
Okay. How did you used to get appointments before the implementation of the Interpreting Works online scheduling system?
I used to get appointments from other independent interpreters, from agencies, and from vocational counselors, and also from attorneys and from medical providers.
Great. Next question. On average, how many working hours did you used to have weekly resulting from these appointments?
I used to get around 35 hours per week on average.
Thanks. Next question. Are you signed up with Interpreting Works in order to receive appointments from the scheduling system?
Yes.
Great. Next question. Since the beginning of this implementation, what was the average amount of working hours that you were able to secure on a weekly basis from the appointments received and completed through the scheduling system?
I would say an average of maybe 5 hours per week.
Thank you. Next question. For how long were you getting these few appointments worth 5 hours a week on average?
I would say about maybe 3 months.
Thanks. Next question. Did you get paid on time for the appointments that you completed?
No.
Okay. Next question. How long did you have unpaid invoices from Interpreting Works?
About 3 months, I would say.
Thanks. So the last question that I have for you today is, have you experienced late appointment cancellations, same-day cancellations from the Interpreting Works system? And if so, can you please describe your experience dealing with this issue?
Yes. I have I have a lot of last minute appointment cancellations, especially during the first 2 months or so, and I did not get any notification from Interpretive Works for this cancellations. Another issue I did have is that at the beginning with Interpretive Works was that I lost all my LNI appointments due to the fact that LNI instructed all clinics and medical providers to use the scheduling system to schedule interpreters.
Okay, thank you. No more questions.
Thank you.
Mr. Yanlock?
Thank you. Ms. Hipolito, when you were answering Mr. Belosi's questions about your work prior to the implementation of the new system, were those answers, the number of hours of appointments you had a week, were those with regard to only LNI appointments or other interpreting appointments you may have had?
No, those were regarding only L&I appointments.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
When did you first understand that L&I was going to be implementing a new online scheduling system?
I'm not exactly sure, but I believe it was prior to either the month of March. I believe it was somewhere around the month of March.
Of 2021?
Correct.
But was that the first time that you had heard that there was a new online system that they were planning on implementing?
No, I've heard it through other interpreters, pretty much.
For how long have you heard that?
Not exactly sure, but maybe about prior to March, maybe about a month or so, I heard conversations.
So did you receive any kind of newsletters from L&I about that mentioned the new scheduling system?
I cannot recall because I was not receiving any kind of messages from L&I during that time.
Okay. Did you, for example, attend any of the any webinars that L&I put on about the new system?
I did. I believe it was I believe it was in March. Almost, I'm not sure, middle of March or end of March.
So if there was a webinar in, say, September of 2020, did you attend that webinar?
I really don't remember.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't remember.
I don't have any other questions. Thank you, Ms. Hipolito.
Thank you.
Ms. Wolf?
Hello. Were you aware that the law had changed back in 2018, which required labor and industries to make some changes to how interpreters were scheduled and paid?
I wasn't aware of it because back then in 2018, I was only working directly with agencies, and agencies would assign me the L&I appointments. So I was not working directly with L&I yet.
When did you first start working directly with L&I?
I believe it was in either 2020. I think it was in 2020.
Did you happen to sign up for the listserv through Labor and Industries where you could get emails periodically about the updates on the program?
No, I believe I didn't. Like I said, I believe I started receiving emails from them until March because that's when I realized I had to sign up.
Okay. Thank you. I don't have any other questions.
You're welcome.
Mr. Boyce?
No more questions.
All right, if there is nothing further, you are excused, ma'am. Thank you.